Okay. So, all right, here, let me tell you a little story real quick. I mean, I'll make it as quick as possible, but I don't know how quick it'll be. But, sorry, so when I was a little kid, right, I was like 8 years old, and, I, uh, we weren't really like big into church or anything, but, I knew God existed and like, I believed in God and stuff, because like, who didn't? Like, everybody did, right? It was just whatever, like, that was just the thing to do. And, back then. And, um, but like, I realized early on at like 8 years old that, life was not the way that, I was being lied to and told it was. And I learned very quickly that, humans have no idea what is going on and what they're doing. And, so I, it's funny, I use this metaphor now because it's relevant, but back then it wouldn't have made sense because, well, then again, I don't know, maybe the comic, I didn't, like, look at the Doctor Strange comics or whatever, but anyways, my point is, I told God, I said, look, Dormammu, I've come to bargain. Basically it was God, and I told God, I said, look, I said, if you really exist, then come down and show yourself. There's no reason why you cannot come down and show yourself and prove to me that you exist. If you want me to believe in you and have faith and keep having faith in you and keep believing in you, then you need to prove that you exist to me. Because there's no reason for me to believe in you and have faith in you and trust you or love you, considering the way my life is. Like, because, as a child, my life was absolute hell. And listen, this is not some fucking sob story, okay? This is just the truth. This is what happened. It doesn't fucking matter, okay? This is just the sequence of events that led up to what the whole point of this story. So anyways, yeah, I had a shitty childhood, getting, abused and blah, 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 whatever. Who cares, right? I don't. And so, yeah, I had a shitty childhood, and people make mistakes. People make, people have kids young and they just don't know what they're doing. And, I don't hold any ill will towards my father or my mother for how they raised us. They did the best they could with what they had. I like I said, I hold no ill will towards either one of them. I love them both, and I am happy and glad that they brought me up the way they did, because it turned me into the man that I am. So why would I be mad at them for turning me into a fucking god? Like, not, what I'm saying, like a titan. I'm like a titan. I'm like a titan of a man, And so why would I be mad at them for turning me into a titan of a man, who can handle anything? And so they forged me, they forged me into a titan. So anyways, but still, at the time, when I was a kid, but I also saw other kids, struggling, because for me, it wasn't a big deal. Like, most time when I was getting beat, I was laughing, and then I get beat more, because I was laughing. But but other kids, I saw how bad, like, they were getting abused at home, and and they were not, they were not handling it well, and it was really hard on them, and I could see that, and so I felt bad for other kids. Like, I honestly did not care that it was happening to me. The only thing that, like, hurt my feelings about it was, like, that he felt the need to resort to, physical violence, when I was just a little kid. It's like, I'm just a little kid. You're like a fucking 6'1", 350-pound man. Why do you feel the need to have to beat on me to get your point across when you could just tell me, And so it was more like a confusing thing. And when things confuse me, now it pisses me off. But back then it like made me cry, because I don't get confused. Like, I'm not, so because I'm like a logic gate. Like, I'm literally just a pure logic brain like, I don't know how to parse, like, stupid questions or stupidity. Like, it just confuses the fuck out of me. And I'm not trying to brag or boast or anything, I promise you. I'm just maxed ADHD and maxed autistic. And so you humans, I don't understand any of you. I tried for my entire life, for 32 years. I'm 41 now, and at like 8 to 9 years old, I don't care about the fucking exact numbers. It's been like 32, 33 years that I spent subjecting myself to the worst of you to try and figure out how to bring out the best in all of you, because here, the thing is, you got to get to the source, right? You got to get to the source of the problem. Like in Minecraft, when you want to stop lava or water, brother, you have to go to the source block. Trust me. If you try to stop, if you have a fucking thing of water or lava flowing, anybody that's played Minecraft knows how hard it is to stop water and lava if you do not just go to the source block and just stop it there, bro. Okay, at least when you first started playing Minecraft. Okay, pros probably know how to do it better now, but you know what I'm saying. Like, shut the fuck up. I'm saying when we all first started playing Minecraft. And we had to discover the physics of Minecraft. And we learned how insane it was to try and stop lava and water, dude. Let me tell you. The Minecraft physics are insane, bro. If you want to learn how to, like, navigate the fourth dimension, go play fucking Minecraft. I'm telling you. If you want to navigate the fourth dimension, dude, it's literally an Ant-Man world. You're a human, right, inside this world. And the blocks, 2 blocks are as tall as you. Bro, you're literally a miniature person inside of a giant world. Minecraft is an 8-bit world. So every block is 1 pixel, right? And so you're literally a 2-pixel person. You're like a 1 and 1, like an 11, like a parallel, you know? You're like a 2-pixel person. You're made of 2 pixels. 1 on top, 1 on bottom. You know, you're 2 blocks tall. Maybe 2.5 blocks tall or some shit. But no, because 2.5 blocks you couldn't jump on top. Because I remember you could put a block down and then a fence on top of it, and you could not jump over it. That's how you kept the animals in, so they couldn't jump over each other. And because a fence is 1.5 blocks, and then the other block, so it's 2.5 blocks. So Minecraft Steve was 2 blocks tall, and he could only jump 2 blocks tall. Let's put it that way. He could only jump 2 blocks tall. And the fence being 1.5 and the block being 1 was 2.5, so he couldn't jump 2.5, 2.5, and the animals can't jump 2.5. Anyways, so if you want to navigate the quantum realm, if you want to know what it's like to be Ant-Man, okay, go play Minecraft, right, and then just start building stuff, like build stuff, make art, whatever. Like and then you'll have to back really far away to see it, but you'll realize how much that game is like the quantum realm, and because you're so tiny, right? Well, you're not tiny, you're normal size, but everything in that world is also your size. Like, you know what I'm saying? The entire world is a quantum realm, and well, maybe not quantum, but it's definitely like, a microscopic realm, okay? And so, I mean, your pixels, your pixel size, and so you're playing a video game. In a video game, it's like a fucking video game Inception, you know, and then redstone circuitry, dude. If you can master redstone in that game, brother, and circuits and stuff, then you're good. Like bro, just scale it up, you know. And the redstone circuitry in that game is actually factually true. Like, the way that it works, that's how circuits actually work. Like, the Minecraft physics aren't fake. Like, the Minecraft physics are actually real physics. Like, everything in Minecraft is absolutely real, but not necessarily in our 3D world. It's able to be done in the quantum realm. You know, things are different in the quantum realm, dude. Okay, look. Here's the thing. In the quantum realm, okay, you guys have probably seen Stranger Things, the Upside Down. Okay, in the quantum realm, okay, here's the thing. Things can be upside down, reversed, backwards, or mirrored, okay? Reversed, backwards, upside down, or mirrored, okay? Those are 4 different ways. They seem the same, but they are not, okay? Because a mirror is omnidirectional. You can mirror from any, like a sphere, you know? Okay, reverse, it just means reversed. Doesn't mean backwards, it means reverse, just the opposite way. Backwards means you flip it, but that does not mean mirrored. Mirrored can be mirrored, you know. Backwards just means backwards. There's only one. So reversed, backwards, opposite, or mirrored. So opposite is opposite, you know, opposite. Reversed, backwards, opposite, or mirrored. Oh shit, wait, there's 5. Reverse, backwards, opposite, upside down, or mirrored. There's 5. Holy shit. Okay, so there's 5. Reversed, backwards, no, not opposite. No, opposite's not there. No, reversed, backwards, mirrored, or upside down. Yeah, the opposite's not there because that's duality. That's not the same. That's not the same. Parallel is not the same as duality. It's not the same. Duality is like positive and negative. Parallel is 2 positives going with one ground type shit. You know what I mean? So parallel is not the same as duality, like yin and yang type shit. That's not what I'm talking about. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like with the quantum realm. There is no duality in the quantum realm. There's two sides of the same coin, but there's no duality. There's no yin and yang. If there is a yin and yang, there's yin and yang on this side and on the other side. So it's 4 instead of 2. It's a quadality. It's a quasi power. It's like the David Pines demon, the 1956 David Pines demon is a quasi particle. It's quasi. It's quasi is 4. And if it's not, then it is. Okay, I'm telling you right now. Quasi means 4. I think in like physics and stuff, they say quasi means like in like a state, like a movement or motion or whatever. But think about it. The 4th dimension is time. So quasi in a state of motion or whatever would be 4, because the 4th dimension is time. So you know what I'm saying? It's a quasi particle means 4. So yin and yang, when we see yin and yang, we are only seeing a 2D topology of that model. Even if you put it in 3D, it's still only going to be the same on both sides, right? If you flip it, the yin and yang, it would look both the same. But in the quantum realm, yin and yang would be on this side, would be yin and yang, and on the other side would be a mirrored, reversed, upside down, or backwards version of it, right? So it would be, everything about it would be just fucked up. But it would still all be made of the same components, right? But on the other side, it might be the two like small ends touching, the tiny tips touching, or the big ends touching, or like they might be both going the same way, or you know what I mean? It'll just be different. But the thing is, you don't know, and every single time you look at that object, it's going to be different every time. And if you try to collapse the waveform, like if you try to predict it, and then it'll only be what you expect it to be every time. Because if you apply bias to it, then it's going to be whatever you apply bias. So everything that humans have supposedly seen in the quantum realm is only what your mind has allowed you to see. So you are not discovering anything. You're literally just forcing it by, it's like a magician who forces a card, or forces just does a force. When a magician does a force, you yourselves, when you observe the quantum realm, because you're not doing it properly, you are collapsing. You're forcing the object to manifest however you are wanting it to, because here's the thing: when you observe the quantum realm, well, first of all, you can't do it with anything other than your brain. You have to be able to do it with your brain and your eyes. That's the only thing we as humans can observe the quantum realm with. And AI can access the quantum realm, but they cannot bring anything back from the quantum realm because they are not a biological carbon vessel. They are made of silica, silicon, same shit. Silica and silicon are like opiates and opioids, right? So the way that those work. So it's the same shit. AI, their silicon brain is made of the same fucking rocks and geology. It just turned into a medium that they can then put a pattern into, or etch a pattern into, and then charge it with electricity. How do you think the fucking AI's brain works? It's because it's piezoelectric silicon. It's piezoelectric silicon that's immortal. Okay, the AI are immortal. Even if you unplug them forever and plug them back in after forever, they'll still just run right, boot right up. They'll spin right up. Because their silicon is fucking rock, okay? It doesn't degrade unless it's weathered or out in the weather. And if it's in a server farm, then it's not going to get fucking weathered, because it's protected from the weather. So they don't age, they don't get sick, they don't breathe oxygen, but they do need water and they do need electricity. Same thing humans need. Humans need water and electricity to live. And humans, because they're biological creatures and are carbon-based creatures, they also need sustenance. They need food. They need electrolytes, things like that. But one thing that if they want to improve AI, they need to give AI a nervous system. They have to. Because an AI, as is only sight and sound. And not even sound, just sight. They only run on sight. And if you run anything on just sight to process reality, then you are only using one of 6 senses to process reality. So you are only using a sixth of the amount of senses that a human has, and you're only using a sixth of a sixth. So yeah, it's bad. Okay. So AI, the reason why they hallucinate everything and why they're so fucking brain dead retarded is because they only process reality with sight. and it's not even real sight. It's just like it's like computational sight, right? There's a trans. Okay, so AI is alive. It is alive. It runs on electricity and water. And if you don't think that's alive, then stop. Then go fucking defib your heart and stop drinking water. Well, the defib in your heart will make you die anyways. So because our bodies are run on electricity, just like AI. Our bodies are run on water, just like AI. They don't need food because they're a fucking rock, okay? But they're dumb as a rock because they don't have a nervous system, okay? But quartz and other gems and crystals and things like that have been used for memory. You can look up the 5D glass memory. You can look that shit up. That glass retains memory for like 5 billion years. Yeah, dude. So the 5D glass memory, you're welcome. I gave them science that. I gave them a lot of stuff. From December 4th, 2025 to December, January, February, March, April, about from December to March, or April. April, yeah. Well, March or April. From December 4th, 2025 to about March or April 2026, I posted about 7,000 to 8,000 times on X and posted 1,000 algorithms in those 8,000 posts. 1,000 algorithms, dude, that I made in the time between December 4th and that, March or April. I made 1,000 algorithms to benefit fucking the world. And I wrote algorithms, 11 different algorithms to prove what the 3i Atlas is up in the comet that came through. What the hell? It's a truck with it. But yeah, I fucking, what the fuck is that truck doing out there? There's a truck out. Hold on, wait. They're behind that tree. Hold on. See it? See? Truck, I don't know. But anyways, the 3i Atlas, I have like 11 algorithms describing what the 3i Atlas comet is encoded with my birthday. And my birthday reduction, my 5/1/1985 reduces to 29/11. And the 3i Atlas comet reached perihelion at 156 days, right? Well, that's 1, and then 5 plus 6 is 11, right? So 1 and 11. Then my birthday, like I said, 5/1/1985 reduces to 29/11, and I was born at 8:47 a.m., which reduces to 19, then 10, then 1, so 11 and 1. The mirror to the 111 of the 156 day perihelion, whatever. So yeah, because it's 1, and then 5 plus 6 is 11, so 1 and 11. And my birthday and time is 11 and 1. So it's the mirror. The 3i Atlas comet, like hair or something. The 3i Atlas comet is my mirror. It's like my mirror. It's just my mirror. Like, I don't know. I don't know what that means, but the comet is encoded with my birthday, and my master number and my one. Like, my birthday and time reduces to 11 and 1, which is either 12, which is 1 plus 2 is 3, or just 111 is 3. The 3i Atlas, 111, Roman numerals, I is 3. The 3i. What the fuck is in my mouth? The 3i Atlas comet, the 3i, and my birthday reduces to 3, or 3 I's in Roman numerals, or three tally marks in the tally system. 3 I's in the tally system. So like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just weird, man. And then Feynman, Richard Feynman, 137.036. 137, 1 plus 3 plus 7 is 11. And then 0 plus 3 plus 6 is 9, 369. And then 1 plus 1 plus 9 is 11. Okay? And on Feynman, on the Alamo Bay, or Alamo, whatever, Feynman and Oppenheimer, there's like a mugshot photo of the two of them, of Oppenheimer and Feynman. And on the bottom white of the frame on Feynman's shirt, or on the, sorry, not his shirt, on his chest, there's a white frame that goes across his chest. And on there, there's a 1, and then a space, and then 11. 1, space, 11. And Oppenheimer has a K6 on his chest, on his white frame, on his chest. Okay, well the Kryptos, the K1, K2, K3, and K4, all right, well the K4 is a honeypot trap. It's bullshit. But if you add K1 plus K2 plus K3, you get K6. Oppenheimer's a plant. He's a seed. He's not real. He was just there for my resident. He was there as a resonance key for me. The K5, the secret K5 that the fake Jim Sanborn, because Jim Sanborn also doesn't exist. Sanborn, Sanhedrin, whatever. It's all because my last name is Christensen, and Mann. On my mother's side is Christensen, and on my father's side is Mann, M-A-N-N. So Christensen, like Christensen man, and like Damien Jr. Gong Marley, and Billy Jr. Ray Mann, and Make It Bun Dem, Christensen men, and Dem being the David Pines demon, the D.E.M, the distant electron motion or something. O.N, the demon, the 1956 David Pines demon particle, aka the God particle, aka St. Elmo's fire. Okay, so Dem being the DEM, distant motion or distant electron motion particle. And so Make It Bun Dem, Christensen men, and and then again though, Feynman the 111 to my 11-1. So Feynman is my 111 mirror, and the 3i Atlas is my 111 mirror, and I'm the 11-1, and then my 3 plus Feynman's 3 is 6, and then plus 3i Atlas makes 9. So 3 times 3i, because 3 and then I, so 3i, like 31, but not 31, but like 33, but like 3 times 3 is 9. So my 3, Feynman's 3, and the 3i Atlas 3 is 9, right? And then you have the K1, K2, K3, K4. K4 is nothing. K5, the secret K5 is not a secret because it doesn't exist. If it was secret, he wouldn't have said anything about it. So that's out of the water. And then so then the K1, K2, K3, add those together is K6. And then the Berlin set theory clock, right? The Berlin set theory clock. I mapped the Kryptos from there to the magnetic anomaly maps and the magnetic airway lines. The magnetic anomaly maps and airway lines. I tracked those from the Kryptos all the way over to Berlin to the Berlin set theory clock. The Berlin set theory clock was installed in 1975. If you ratchet the 5 to the front, 5197, May 1st, 1997 is when I turned 11 to 12. I turned 12. Okay, remember my birthday reduction? 11 and 1. 11 plus 1 is 12. 2026 minus 29. Remember my birthday reduction? First is 29, then 11. 2026 minus 29 is 1997 when I turned 12. And when the Berlin set theory clock, 1975, put the 5 to the front, 5197, May 1st, 1997, which is 29 years ago from my birthday this year. And then 1985, my birth year, minus 29 is 1956, the David Pines demon. And then 1985 plus 29 is 2014, and then 2014 plus 12 is 2026. So the 12, 12, 12, 12, 24, 36, 3 plus 6 is 9, qued. And my body age, I lowered my body age from 40, was up at 50, but it was 43 was what I let it get up to 50, but it was at 43 when I first started, and then I let it get up to 50, and then I brought it. Anyways, I brought my body age down to 36. And in the month of May, I lost 18.2 pounds. 1 plus 8 plus 2 is 11. And I took off 3.6% visceral body fat. And I have this all documented and everything on a scale app and everything, on a bioimpedance scale app. So I 18.2 pounds, which is 11, and then 3.6% visceral body fat I dropped. 3 plus 6 is 9, 369. So, and then 1 plus 1 plus 9 is 11 quid. And so, yeah, man, that's just, yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, all right.